13 Action News starts now with breaking news.
It's been over 3 years since Dee Warner was last seen alive, and this morning, major breaking developments from the property of Dee's husband, Dale Warner, who is charged in her murder. Welcome in this Sunday morning. I'm Claire Mitchell. We're learning of these breaking developments in just the last hour here. Michigan State Police confirming human remains were found on Dale Warner's property while executing a search warrant on Friday. And staying outside of our viewing area, new details this morning out of Ukraine. Ukraine's President Zelensky says his troops are strengthening their positions inside Russia, nearly 2 weeks into their surprise assault in the southern region.
All right, well, finding a job, it can be really difficult, especially when you don't know where or how to apply. But one local organization is helping people in the community hunt for some jobs. Welcome back, everybody. Moving on to your health news now. A new test could help stop the spread of an STD by making it easier for people to find out their status. Moving on to your crime and safety alert now. A Toledo man's fate is now sealed as he is sentenced for kicking his infant son in the head, which eventually killed him.
As all eyes are going to be on Chicago this week for that Democratic National Convention. Kicks off tomorrow, and this will no doubt be a historic convention after President Joe Biden has left the ticket, and then Vice President Kamala Harris stepping into his place. In Chicago, ABC's Jacqueline Lee joins us with the details. DJ's family, friends, and teachers know him as a joyful little boy, saying he was special. He touched everybody that he knew. And 13 Action News reporter Alexandria Manthe attended a vigil at Roosevelt Pool last night and has the details. A 73-year-old Michigan man got busted for distracted driving this week. However, he wasn't texting. He also wasn't talking on the phone. Police actually say he was eating chicken wings. How do they know this? Well, while that Detroit man was smashing those wings, he wound up smashing into the back of a patrol car at a red light. Luckily, nobody was hurt, and that driver got a ticket and went on his way.
Moving on now, definitely an interesting case here. A suspect has been charged in a complicated scheme to try and steal Graceland and defraud the family of Elvis Presley. Prosecutors say Lisa Finley, who's next to me here, used multiple aliases trying to foreclose on Elvis's home and then sell it at auction. And in other news, the NTSB still in town investigating the series of crashes on that Ohio Turnpike that occurred Thursday morning. Really, the investigation is just beginning. They briefed the media yesterday on what they've learned so far.
Video into our newsroom this morning showing parts of eastern Canada dealing with some major flooding and power outages. Heavy downpours hitting on Saturday, reaching up to 7 inches of rain in some places. I think we're looking at one of them right now. One of the hardest hit is in Toronto. And
let's get to some new details this morning into a wrongful death lawsuit against Disney. Have you heard anything about this? The family of Jeffrey Piccolo, a New York doctor, now suing Disney after having a fatal allergic reaction at an Irish pub in Disney Springs last October. But get this, Disney is asking the Florida court to dismiss the lawsuit, saying that Piccolo agreed to never sue the entertainment giant over anything forever when he signed up for a 1-month trial of Disney Plus back in 2019 and then acknowledged reading the terms. In your health news this morning, a recent bird flu outbreak now spreading among mammals forced significant changes, even just outright cancellations on the livestock contests that are a hallmark of those summer fairs. And switching gears now, the race for the White House in full swing. Vice President Harris rolling out her first major economic agenda on Friday.
And we'll continue to follow that this week. And meanwhile, former President Donald Trump and his VP pick, J.D. Vance, still set to have a busy week as well. They're hitting the campaign trail, going to critical battleground states this week. The state wants to hear about the economic challenges facing its rural residents.
And something else new this morning, a disruptive standoff in an Ohio community. Police in Miamisburg say it all started Friday with OSHP pursuing a car through multiple counties. And the suspect in that car then ran into the side of a train but refused to cooperate with police.
Hey, everybody. Good Sunday morning to you. I'm Claire Mitchell. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm happy you're here. Let's turn things over to First Alert meteorologist Aaron Ashley standing by. Aaron, good morning. Hey, what am I saying?
Hey.
Hey. Hello. Let's get to that weather, Aaron.
Oh,
hey
absolutely.
Now. We'll take a look at this. People taking advantage of the sunshine yesterday and taking to the court for a game of polyball. The annual game kicked off yesterday and had something for everybody in attendance. Take a look.
Speaking of weather, let's turn over now to First Alert meteorologist Aaron Ashley with it's kind of hard to take you seriously over there, Aaron, with the sky behind you. We're getting up close and personal for that forecast today. What you got for us, Aaron, huh?